Okay, so if you're an engineer who's trying to break into UX and UI design, you've probably figured out it's not as simple as it looks, right? But what if there was a systematic path for you? A logical process that's actually built for an analytical mind like yours? It's time to forget all those random tutorials, because today we're going to map out the system that actually works.
So why do so many people who are super smart, super capable, why do they struggle with this? Well, it turns out most people fail for one single, simple reason. And this idea, it gets right to the very heart of the problem.
And there it is. It's not about a lack of talent. It's not that you're not creative enough. Nope. The single biggest reason people fail is that they learn things in the wrong order. And that one mistake, it can completely derail your entire career change before you even get started.
And this just lays it out so clearly, doesn't it? The wrong way, which is what most people do, is they jump straight into a tool like Figma. They start copying pretty screens they see online, and they completely skip the research. But the right way? It is totally different. It starts with your mindset, then framing the problem correctly, and using research to back up every single decision you make. And here is the painful result of learning things the wrong way. You end up with a portfolio that, yeah, it might look kind of decent on the surface, but hiring managers, they can see right through it in a second. When there's no logic, no reasoning, no real problem solving, the interview requests just don't come. It's that simple.
So what this all points to is a really crucial shift in how you think about this. For an analytical mind, it helps so much to stop thinking of design as some kind of mysterious, born-with-it talent. Instead, let's approach it like something you already know, a system, a logical, repeatable process.
And that brings us to this core idea, systematic design. Just think of it as a structured process for solving problems. And here's the best part for any engineer listening right now. It doesn't rely on some magical creative spark or some innate visual intuition. It's a method. You can learn it and you can apply it, just like any other engineering principle you already use.
You know, when you follow a system like this, you're not just learning a tool. That's the small part. You're learning an entire thought process. You're finally going to understand how experienced designers actually think, how they frame problems from the very beginning, and how they use research to defend their decisions. You'll even see how the visual part, the UI, is really just a logical framework.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, it's a very clear step-by-step pathway. And the real power of this system is in its strict sequence. I mean it. This isn't some buffet where you can pick and choose what you feel like learning today. Each step is a foundation that the next one has to be built on.
And here it is. This is the exact sequence. It all kicks off with mindset. From there, we move to problem framing, then user research. Now, notice something interesting. Portfolio strategy comes before you even touch interaction design and UI logic. It all builds up step by step to that final presentation and being ready for interviews. See how it all flows together?
Look, this is a direct warning from the source material, and it is absolutely critical. The temptation to jump ahead to the fun visual stuff is huge, I get it. But if you do that, you break the entire system. Each step is a prerequisite. You absolutely have to trust the process. It's non-negotiable for this to work.
So after all these steps, what's the actual tangible goal? It's not to become a Figma wizard overnight. It's not to have a dozen little projects. The goal is incredibly focused. And honestly, it's really achievable. The goal is to create one single winning project.
Yep, just one. That's it. One solid, well-reasoned, deeply researched case study is infinitely more valuable to a hiring manager than 5 shallow app redesigns. This insane focus on a single, high-quality outcome is what makes this whole approach so powerful.
And let's be super clear about what this one project has to be. It has to be logical. It has to show your thought process from A to Z. It has to be the kind of project that gets you hired. Now, what it's not is a collection of trendy visuals you copied or a portfolio that's padded with a bunch of weak redesigns. We're talking quality over quantity every single time.
So we've seen the common pitfalls, we've seen the structured path that helps you avoid them. So now the question is pretty simple, and it's really for you to answer. Are you ready to stop chasing tools and trends and finally commit to learning design the right way as a system?